I knew that once I got the email, I knew automatically that I wanted to go on this
right?
trip. And in one of your speeches, in one of the meetings, you showed us a picture of the border as it went through the beach and into the water. And when I saw that, I knew definitely that was like an extra boost for me.
Yeah.
I knew instantly that I had to go there.
Yeah.
Can you talk about
that was a special part, and I'm sure that, because I understand you all had an opportunity to go to the playa, right?
Yes.
And that was a special part of my experience there, because, again, this fence was on the beach, and it separated San Diego and Mexico. And this area of the beach, as you all know, is a place where families get together and have regularly scheduled meetings, because they don't have a chance to see family members who have been able to make it over into the U.S. And I just thought it was, I mean, again, it was a pretty humbling experience that this fence separated what really turned out to be generations of people who, because there's not the opportunity to go back and forth. And some folks will see their entire existence of a generation of family members, and the only time they have an opportunity to see them is through a fence. And this fence, as you know, is on land, and it leads into water. And just, I mean, it just really seemed very easy for someone to be able to swim into the U.S. Easy as far as in the distance, but as you know, that area is patrolled in a major way, and if anyone tried to really go over into the area, they would be stopped with force. Am I correct?
Yes, they allow us, like certain sections in the border, there's a gap, and our tour guide, Tim, he told us that people are allowed to cross over about 6 feet.
Is that right?
Once they get to more than about 6-7 feet, Border Patrol is hot on their tail. Personally, I was the one who tried it.
We were, we were actually jumping back and forth.
We kept jumping back and forth. I went. However, Border Patrol was probably about 20 yards away from us, watching us. I know you mentioned that generations go there. Like, if you're in America and your grandparents are still in Mexico, you go there to see them. Our tour guide, Tim, he also told us that families play volleyball over the fence. And that's one thing that Border Patrol hates to see. But that's their only opportunity to interact with their family.
And they have planned sort of barbecues and picnics, and of course not passing food back and forth. I'm not sure whether that happens, but again, it's the act of sitting on your side. I mean, just imagine having to sit on your side of the house and not being able to touch and really engage with your family who's on another side. And it's just, you know, I left that experience feeling very conflicted. At some point, because of the education, I learned a great deal, and I suspected that the experience was going to be heightened for our area students. Because keep in mind, when I was in California, the students who were from California, they knew a whole lot more about Mexico. That's a part of their daily sort of, you know, information. Knowing that the students were leaving here and going to Mexico, I knew it was going to be a learning experience, much to what I experienced, because I was born and raised in this area. I was conflicted because part of me that felt like I was upset that there was such a reliance by many Latin American countries on the U.S. I was upset with how the U.S. was treating many of folks who do work that we wouldn't do.
Yes.
And I just couldn't understand how we allowed the bottom to get so low. I mean, understanding how, I don't want to get into a lot of political issues, but just understanding how, you know, Mexico became, or Tijuana and that whole area, well, who it belonged to initially, and how the whole thing sort of kind of worked itself out, that we are in this position now of power and control, and we treat many of the people so badly.
Well, Dean Holloway, I would like to thank you for coming on the show. Norris, thank you. And when we come back, we'll be discussing a reporter's roundtable with Professor Perez.